Hello friends, I'm Trish with Crafting Whimsy, and I've discussed stamping and given you tips and saying I would talk about it. I'm actually pretty good at stamping because I've been doing it for so long. And not only am I pretty good at it, I'm fast, which isn't always the best thing to be, but I can be fast. So I'm going to share with you some tips. I'm just stamping some items. It's called Etched in Nature. It's from Stampin' Up. It was something that we got as a demonstrator for something. Whether it was a kickoff of a new catalog or a new, what do you call that thing? A new, it could have been a yearly catalog. It could have been new, oh my gosh, it could have been, I want to call it it could have been a yearly catalog, but it could have been a holiday catalog. But here's a little bird. I have no idea what kind of bird. Now I can stamp like this, okay? And then I can look, or I can stamp like this, and I kind of rub it a little so I can see the ink. I want to see it. And then I'm going to stamp. And you got to stamp, and you got to put pressure, and then you got to lift up. And then you got to let it rest for a minute. And the reason you let it rest is so that the ink can adhere to the paper and get off the stamp. And I know people are like, oh, and I have a friend who's I have some people who are impatient. You can't be impatient. You have to wait a minute. There it is. Now, see, I pressed too hard. That's what that means. I wasn't even. You can cut that off, or you can not worry about it. I never worry about it. It's stamping. It's not supposed to be perfect. So let's stamp it again. I also have what you call a Baron. It's a candle lid, and it has a thing from the, you can buy these at Ollie's right now, but they were at the Dollar Tree. And it's like a furniture thing that you put at the end. And I'm rocking this stamp. You don't want to rock. You want to put pressure, firm pressure all the way across, even. Don't rock. Don't do this, because that'll mess up your image. See? Good image. Okay, no rocking. Okay, another thing that I always do, and I know everybody doesn't do it. I have some stamp cleaner. You can buy it. You can buy it at anywhere. Hobby Lobby. I actually found a recipe on Pinterest years ago. I made my own because I wanted it to smell like peppermint. And I bought little spray bottles. I gave it to all my people, all my stampers. So yes, so there's some birds. Let's do these, what are these called? These are called mushrooms. I also think you don't want a giant block for a little stamp. And I know people sometimes buy one block, buy a medium block. Don't buy a giant block. They're not helpful. You'd be better off to get 3 or 4 blocks and take your time buying them, or buy a set and then see if that set works for you. Okay, I'm going to push, or I'm going to push, and then I'm going to let it up, and I'm going to wait. Now these are kind of distress stamps. Oh, that looks nice. Let's do it again. All right, let's push it. Without the, what do you call this thing? The Baron. And I'm just going to wait a minute. Ding, 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 ding. And then I'm going to lift it up. It's a little lighter, isn't it? Whether it was from the Baron or I didn't have the same ink. And I most always wash my stamps. Listen, I was a purist. I was a Stampin' Up purist. I did everything, perfect. Stampin' Up way. I'm pushing, I'm holding it. I'm letting it go. I'm going to do it again. Push it. Let it go. It's a moth. You know how you can tell the difference between moths? Moths have flatter wings. Here's a cute little stamp. And see, almost all my stamps fit onto the same block, which is, I think, a good thing. Now, I don't know if everybody would think it's a good thing. I think this is like a clover. That's what I think it is. I don't know. I'm just making it up. This was one of my most favorite stamp sets when we got it, which was years ago, obviously, because I haven't been a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I can't even tell you. I think it's been 2024, but I don't know. So there you go. So you just have to take your time. You have to take your time, and you have to go slow. You have to go slow. You have to, I can get two on there. You have to take your time. Now this one, you can't fit this on here. I understand that. Okay. And I understand. Now I can fit this on here, and I'm going to show you that I can fit it on here. Okay. And I'm rubbing. You can tap, 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 tap. And that's what a lot of people tell you. But this felt pad gets better ink coverage by rubbing. All right, I'm going to put this, and I'm going to push. And this one's big, so I'm going to go like this, and I can rub my Baron because it's going to get the ink on everything. So the ink's on everything. There it is. It looks good. Now let's do it again, but let's try it this way. If it doesn't work, now this ink pad is not big enough, but I'm going to try really hard to make it fit as good as it can. Do you see that? I got the most coverage. I'm going to ink from the top as opposed to the bottom because I don't want to mess it up. And I'll probably mess it up anyway. So let's try it. Okay. And now I'm going to push with my finger on those little spots because I want to make sure that they all show up too. And I'm just going to wait. And I'm not going to push too hard or too many times because it didn't fit on the Stampin' Look I got ink on it. But that's okay. So let's see if it's the same kind of image. Nope. It's much lighter, isn't it? Okay. And that's all right. We're just practicing. And stamping is fun, I think. So it's not getting in the middle so good. So we're going to rub it real good. This is Memento Black. It's the kind Stampin' Up! Said to get, so that's what I got. Okay. And we're still using that pad that's not... The ink block is not as big as the stamp, which is okay. I showed you that. Okay, just gonna wait. We're gonna wait a minute. All right, has it been a minute? Sure. Ha, that's a great one. So see, you don't have to have the biggest ink block. You don't have to have the biggest block. You just have to be patient. Let's try it again. Let's try it again. And, you know, you can make these and then you can cut them out and use them wherever you want in your crafting. I'm trying not to overlap them. I don't know if I'm going to get it. All right, let's try that. I'm pushing. Firm pressure. You can count. You can sing happy birthday. I used to teach that to my little people. You know, count to 10 or whatever and then let it go. And then leave it. You can feel it come up, but then you can leave it. This is red rubber. How can I say this? Most Tim Holtz stamps have the red rubber and then the foam. Okay, so it has some cushion because stamps need a little cushion. I'm going to look. Let me see. I got a whole, oh, I got one. Is this red rubber? Of course it is. This is not. Yes, it is. All right, I'm going to get an acrylic set because acrylic stamps are different. Acrylic stamps are much different. Yes. Acrylic stamps are much different. Okay? They don't have any cushion. Ooh, that was really dark. Okay. I'm going to wash it because that's how I roll. And so I'm going to scrub it. And then I'm going to return it to where it belongs. The stamping, because it has the glycerin, it also conditions. And I like that idea. Okay, I have this Art and Texture. This is an acrylic stamp set. Okay, I'm just using my scraps. That's what I'm using to show you. Okay, so here's a block, here's a block. And here is our texture, which is always cool. You know, let's use this fun square one. Okay, now I will tell you, you can see the ink on these because you can see all the way through. And you can go, whoop. And I love, and I'm giving it a minute. Okay, it's sticky. It's very sticky. Okay, do it again. It's not hard. Will this fit on here? Yep. So I'm gonna do this one. Sometimes if you can't see the ink the way you like it, you can turn your stamp upside down and ink it that way. And we're gonna have to go this way, which is fine. Now, I'm hitting my hard glass, okay? There's also such a thing as, I have a foam, and Stampin' Up! Was always good about, I have this foam that's like the foam on the red rubber. That looks good. And so, watch the difference. Some people get a big difference, some people get no difference. I'm a person who doesn't always get a big difference. But now there's a cushion so you can push harder. And then you can let it. And sometimes you get a different image. But these are texture stamps. It's a little darker. So there's 3. Okay, so let's do this one again. And see if we get a different one. Oh, I want to go like this. I like to see the ink. I'm one of those. I do like to see the ink. It's so fun. Pushing. And I know that these don't need the same kind of conditioning as the red rubber, but I still clean them. I'm not going to lie. I clean everything. I think I have a little ADHD, friends. Well, that's not true. I kind of know I have a little ADHD. I think I have a little OCD on top of it. But I just like things to be neat and tidy. Okay, different. See, it's darker. And that's what I said. Sometimes the cushion makes it nice to be darker. So we're going to push this. And we're going to leave it. You got to leave it a minute. Okay, let's do this one. And we'll leave it a minute. Now I'm going to show you. Perfect. Let me wash this one. I have some Easter stamps that came in a paper pumpkin, which is Stampin' Up's monthly subscription kit. And I'm trying to think of when they started it. 2013 maybe? And back in the day, it was so fun. It was full of things that were crafty. They gave you calendars and gifts for your mom on Mother's Day. And it was really fun. Now it's mostly just cards. And they don't even do the calendar. They do, okay, so this, how can we see this? Just a minute. I gotta find a color. Here's blue. Okay, it's a bunny. I don't know if you can see it. But it's a bunny and a duck and some daffodils. So let's try to stamp these. And these all come with a little block. In the beginning, they came with a block like this. That's nice and thick for people with, old lady hands. They don't do that anymore. They come with a really skinny, I hate a block, but you can buy a block. I think they did that because they want you to buy one. But okay. That's what Stampin' Up! Is. It's about selling things. It's not about, loving their customers, not like it used to be. Anyway, with this one, I'm going to stamp the bunny. And I like to stamp and see everything's going to fit on this block. Just because it's the size that most things fit on. It's the average size stamp. So here's the bunny. And I'm pushing, and then I'm leaving it go. I'm letting it go. Some people have to use the... Oh, it's so cute. That bunny is so friggin' cute. It's a really cute bunny. I really like it. So, there you go. And now, let us try the little chick. When you stamp with black, you can color or paint or ink. And if you use black, see, I didn't even leave that one. When you use the black, you can color it, and I'll show you that in just a second. I got 5 little chicks. 5 little chicks went out one day. Do you know that song? You probably don't, unless you have little kids. I know it because, oh, that's right, I taught school, and I taught that age. But I'm going to get my yellow marker. And I'm going to get not only my yellow marker, but I'm also going to get, I hope I'm getting my, there it is. Is this it? Dark daffodil. Are these both dark? All right, these are my alcohol markers. This is my Stampin' Right. Oh, excuse me. I'm going to use my alcohol markers first. It doesn't matter which one you use, whether you use, but these alcohol markers are so cute because you can color it and it won't mess up the ink, because you don't want to mess up the black ink. You can't use water-based ink. It has to be, I guess, pigment-based, because if you use water-based, then it'll smear the black. We don't want that to happen. That's the light. Here's the dark. You can give yourself some outlines if you want. I'm terrible at markering, just so you know. I'm not a marker. But these chicks are cute. But yeah. So see, you have to use, like, this is not water-based, if that's what makes sense. This is a different color yellow altogether. This is called Crushed Curry. It's dark yellow. I'll show you. Not that. It's just like a old gold yellow, kind of. You can really tell. And you can see the difference with regular markers. They leave the lines. Alcohol markers don't do that. Yeah. Yep. And with alcohol markers, you can always color more than one time and make it darker. See what I'm doing? And you cannot see the lines, which are beautiful. So if you were going to buy markers, and Stampin' Ups are like $4.50. They're $9 for 2. I think that's expensive. But see the difference? It looks a lot better with an alcohol marker. Colored pencils are always an idea too. But see how cute that is? It's just cute. It's just so cute. And we have some daffodils. Let's look at these. You know what I haven't shown you? What happens when you don't use this? Let's look at that. Now this, I know. I am pretty good at not needing the cushion. Okay, everybody's not that good. Some people badly, severely, terribly need that cushion. I am not one of them. That's not even white. It's like an ivory, which is fine. It's just not my favorite. And of course, I'm going to keep with the white. I don't think this is going to fit on there. No. I'm just down in my scrap thing. I'm looking for white. Here we go. I found some. And I'm going to stamp a few daffodils. Daffodils are always, I'm looking for some in my neighborhood. It means spring is here. And see, it sticks, which is okay. Because remember, I said you got to let it rest. You got to let it rest. But I love, oh, too hard, didn't I? Stamp too hard. That one's no good. Which means you just trash it. Or, this is what I used to tell my friends. Let me get this out of our way. See this? Watch what I'm doing. I'm going to cut this. Okay, that looks good. I'm going to turn it over Because look, it's brand new. It's a brand new piece of paper. I used to tell people, oh, and they would want a new piece of paper. I'm like, oh, okay, turn it over. And they would look at me like I was crazy. And then they would turn it over. I said, see, it's paper, but you got two sides. Paper has two sides, friends. So there it is. Not too hard this time, is it? So cute. Oh, so cute. Let's talk. Let me get this cleaned off, and let's talk about some words. Words are not always the same as, wasn't this? Yeah, it was right there. I can't see the shiny. So this, what does this say? Springtime greetings. You got to make sure that you got all your letters covered, because sometimes you don't. So yeah, you just have to be careful. Now watch, because now we're going to get our cushion back out. And listen, if you don't have to buy one of these. Where did I just put that? I have a, oh my gosh, I just had it. It's it comes, you know, sometimes it comes in, packaging. It's like that white stuff. I have it, it's right here. I just gotta find it. I saved it very much for this reason, and now I can't find it. Shoot. Oh my heavens. What have I done with it? I'm looking around in a circle, friends, because I know that piece of white cushy stuff was right here. What have I done with it? I'm probably getting ink all over my face because I'm thinking. It's that, oh, it's packaging. Okay, I'm sitting down now and I'm looking in my, all right, let's say you don't have any packaging, because I don't have any. I can't find any. You get some paper that you own, a pack of paper. Okay, because that's a cushion. And let's see the difference. It gives you some, all you need is a little buffer, a little cushion to squish it. All right, let's see how much darker. Yeah, it's darker. So it's easily done. Stamping is easy as long as you are calm and you're patient. I will have another video about stamping. I'm not using any colors today. Oh, I found it. I knew I'd find it. See this kind of packaging that comes when you buy some, I don't know, I can't even think because I haven't bought anything in so long. Not with this stuff in it. But when you buy something that comes with that, you save it. I know some people like it for a poker to poke into because they don't want to poke into, you know, their hand or something, which works. And so I'm going to use it. But you got to be careful because this has 2 lines in it. So you got to be careful you don't get in the lines. So we'll see how good our... Ooh, it looks good. And you heard it because you can hear that squish. See? So there you go. So there's all kinds of stuff to use that could help you be a better stamper. Give you some support for your stamp. And the thing is, if you have wooden block stamps, they have the cushion already built in. You can see it. See that? And you know what? Stamps get dirty over time and they stay dirty. They're stained. You know what that means to me? It's a well-loved stamp. That means you like the stamp. You've used it. Okay? I like stamps. I use them. Look at it. Obviously, I rock this one because I've rocked it a bunch of times. Let's see if it'll come off. Nope. It's a well-loved stamp. So, let me talk about wooden stamps, because I guess I really haven't talked about wooden stamps, have I? Wooden stamps already have the cushion built in, so you don't need any of that support stuff, which is the little foam or the little, and you know, you can always buy foam at, what's that place called? The Dollar Tree. They sell that foam. I do know that about Dollar Tree. I do like the Dollar Tree. I know it's not the best store. I don't even care. I still like it. Here's a dirty scrap that my dogs, it looks like the dog stepped on it, which is fine. Here's a better one. So, my fleur-de-lis, I've owned for a long time because, oh, that's right, I love fleur-de-lis. Rubbed it, squish it. The difference between this, I can't see where this is stamping. Oh, can't see it. So, let's try it again. You can't set it back down. There used to be a thing called a stamp-a-ma-jig. I still own mine. It's over there in the... You just got to do the same thing. You got to take it, you got to stamp it, you got to leave it, push it. You can still use your Baron if you have one, or if you make one. They're like $7. I bought one for all my friends when I learned about them. It looks like this. It was $3. Now they're not $3 anymore. But there it is. You got to leave it for a minute. It's about letting the ink suction onto the paper. Here's the rose. I'm pushing, I'm letting, and I rocked it. I saw myself rock it. But I know and you know what? You'll know what you do. Because once you get used to it, see, it's still stained. Stays stained. Ooh, pretty good. Rubbing it, checking it, pushing it. Let's use our Baron. Keeps you from rocking it. Because when you tilt it, rock it, you get those lines. That's a better one. The Baron helps you get a better one. If you don't have a Baron, you can always use an acrylic block. You could use a book. Not the most beautiful, but it'll work. And I will say that I don't, what's the word? I'm going to say a bad thing. Everybody used to think they had to stamp exactly perfect. I don't think that. Okay, stamping is a unique form of art. And that unique form of art is unique to you and your pressures. Here's a wooden block with multiple images, okay? Multiple images. So we're going to use those. I'm just getting a piece of paper. Now this is going to be like that acrylic block that was big. I'm going to go like this because I want to see the ink. These are all the clocks for Alice in Wonderland. I think I have a friend who gave me this, and she did not wish for it to be back. So I could push, but I'm going to use my Baron, and I'm going to rub it. You can't really rock it because it's so big, and the Baron won't allow it to rock. So we're going to still leave it for a minute because we want the ink to get off the stamp and go onto the paper. Oh, look at that. Now, that means it didn't have enough pressure, which is fine. I'll see what I can do. I can still see the ink, so it had enough ink on there. So, let's try it again. And it was this one. Yep. So I'm pushing. So that means I need to push in the middle, and that's where a lot of people with bigger stamps have an issue. We'll talk about background stamps next time, because background stamps are as big as the whole card, 4.5 by 5 usually, or 4 by 5 1/4, so they cover the whole card front. They're tricky to stamp. Not always. There you go. You got to put pressure in the middle. Easy peasy, right? Sure. Absolutely. And you know what I think about this? Oh, you need a new paper? Okay, I've got paper for you. And what did I do? I just gave him a new paper. I turned it over. I find that amusing. And then what do? We got to push in the middle, don't we? Because we know that's my weakness. And when you practice on copy paper. Now, it's not copy paper doesn't, it takes ink a lot quicker and deeper than cardstock, but you'll figure out your weakness and your strength faster. Perfect. There you go. So I hope I've given you a few tips for today's stamping business. And I hope you have a great day. I hope you're feeling fine. I should have asked you that earlier. I want to thank you for joining me. I will see you next week when we talk about stamps and we talk about, what do you call it? Background stamps, big stamps. I don't have one near me, but it's like the background stamp is going to cover this whole block. See that big block? It's going to be this big. Yeah, but we'll talk about that next time. Have a great day. Have a happy, scrappy day. And remember, friends, stay crafty. All right, bye-bye.